Hey friends, if I would have absolutely zero fragrance today in my collection, then I would have picked the upcoming 10 fragrances to start one. In this video, I will be focusing just on the Middle Eastern brands. I wanted to narrow down my choices and it's a lot easier that way. And for the rest of the designer fragrances and all, I would pick those on some other day. So without any further delay, let's dive in. Well, the first perfume I would have picked should have the following characteristics. First of all, it needs to be super versatile, easy to wear and has kind of a uplifting smell and of course mass appealing in nature. And guess what? The Armaf Caballo fits right into the bill. This perfume from Armaf is super underrated and a really interesting one because it will remind you of not one but two fragrances and those two are super popular. I am talking about the Bvlgari Tygar and Bleu de Chanel. So expect the tried and tested citrus and ginger combo with the smell having a very airy and transparent quality to it. Now do check the full review for even more details, but this one was an easy pick for me. But the next fragrance is going to be a polarizing one, yet this one is on this list because it's very unique and also because of its brutal performance. Now the Lattafa Atlas has been out for a while and most of you would have already tried this fragrance. It's a salty aquatic fragrance but with a heavy dose of ambroxan in it. Granted, I use this fragrance sparingly given its lack of versatility, but there is always a touch of uniqueness that draws me in. The longevity of this fragrance is one full day and the projection is also quite good, but you might experience some nose blindness with this perfume. And don't forget to check out the full review of this fragrance. The next perfume I am picking for this list is based upon a very popular fragrance DNA that is trending currently, but this one is more of a twist rather than complete inspiration. It's not a big surprise, it's the French tobacco. The juicy citruses combined with that fresh and sharp ginger and also with the freshness of that lemongrass. If you want a fragrance that you can wear all year round and smell fresh and refreshing at the same time, this is one such DNA that you should definitely take a look at. The performance of this fragrance is fantastic as well. So if you're someone who loves fresh, citrusy, slightly soapy and spicy fragrance, then this one is going to be a no-brainer for you. I easily get about 8+ hours of longevity out of this one and the projection is also quite good for the first 1.5 hours. Moving on to another favorite Middle Eastern fragrance of mine, it is the Kayaan Classic from Al Watania. If you love the Iris Accord like me, and in case you love the Dior Homme Intense as well, then this perfume should be definitely in your bucket list. Creamy, powdery, waxy, kind of lipstick chocolatey vibe, that's what you are going to get with this one. This perfume has a seductive allure to it, making it perfect for date nights, and while it really smells amazing, it isn't quite the best in terms of performance. Expect around 4 to 5 hours of longevity on clothes and also a soft projection as well, making it more of a close encounter fragrance. But what if you want a fragrance that should have seductive quality as well as the versatility of a blue fragrance? Well, you get the Lattafa Nashama Caprice. This one is inspired from the YSL La Nuit Bleu Electric, which is really hard to find and is discontinued by the way. Now coming to the smell, it opens up with a very juicy citrusy cardamom smell and it transitions to a slightly clean powdery smell which can be attributed to the lavender. It's not overly woody or something like that, and the aromatic quality of the lavender is well complemented by the citrus and the beautiful fresh cardamom note. And the cardamom is what makes this fragrance so seductive and even perfect for a date night or evening scent. In the very high heat summer, it might be a touch on the powdery side, but if you are staying somewhere in the slightly cooler climate and when the temperature is under the 30°C mark, it's absolutely fine even as a daytime fragrance. The performance I am getting out of this one is around 6 to 8 hours depending upon the weather conditions, and the projection is on the moderate side. Now moving on to a fragrance that I simply can't miss, it is the Lattafa Teriaq Intense. Now just a small reminder, most of these fragrances I have covered in full review, so if you want detailed information about any of these fragrances, please consider checking them out. Now coming back to Teriaq Intense, it is a boozy, spicy and a very sweet fragrance. It shares the same space as that of Kilian's Angels here, but there are enough differences to keep you interested. For starter, instead of regular booziness, it swaps it out for a plum liquor note and a touch of saffron actually makes it quite interesting. And not only that, it is a beast in terms of performance. An easy 10+ hours of longevity and moderate to strong projection for the first 1.5 hours. It will make sure that you will never be disappointed with the performance. And since we are talking about performance, I would like to add another sweet fragrance to this list. This time it is the Rasasi Hawas Elixir. I have discussed this fragrance to death and that for numerous times in my videos. In short, it is a very aromatic, extremely sweet fragrance with little bit of tobacco tobacco and mint. If you want a fragrance that will surely garner you compliments, then this one will do the job for you. Talking about compliments, what about a fresh and sweet fragrance? And yes, I am talking about the 9pm Rebel. It might be a bit surprising that I am not including any Creed Aventus DNA fragrances in this list. Don't worry, I will be making a totally separate video regarding that topic. But coming back to Afnan 9pm Rebel, it is such a nice, sweet, sugary pineapple fragrance that it instantly caught my attention. The projection of this perfume is absolutely top class. It's a total room filler for the first couple of hours, and it is going to stay on your clothes for the next 8 hours. If you were ever looking for a sugary, sweet, juicy pineapple fragrance, this one is just that and a bit more, because in the dry down it will transition to a green woody nuance. I feel that this perfume is perfectly unisex. However, the sweet and playful nature of this fragrance doesn't quite make it the right option for formal situation. The freshness and the sweetness of this fragrance actually makes it versatile in terms of seasonality. Whether be it summer season or winter, the fresh and sweet aspect will be suitable for all. However, as I said, it is not an option for formal and office situation, and it is more suitable for young people. Now, as we are moving into the final 2 fragrances of this list, I would like to pick a super fresh fragrance which is more appropriate for just the summer season. I am talking about one of the newer releases from the Aromatix house. It is the Platine Blanc. Trust me, the performance of this fresh perfume is also really good, especially when I consider it is a mint focused fragrance. If you want to smell like a refreshing, cool mint soda, then this one is going to make you smell just like that. The performance also has improved from when I had done a full review. Just add an hour or 2 to the longevity. Once the minty freshness fades away, it becomes light and creamy in terms of smell. When the temperature is hovering around that 40 degrees Celsius mark, you are definitely going to enjoy the freshness of the mint. Another fragrance that I could have easily added to this list, it was the Rare Rip from Afnan. But I knew that even before making this video, I was going to miss out on really fantastic gems. And if you are not a big fan of mint fragrances, you can certainly consider the Rare Rip from Afnan. I have done a full review of both of these fragrances, so do check them out. As the final fragrance, I will be picking one of these 2 fragrances. Either the new Asad Elixir, really fantastic fall and winter fragrance, and you can even rock this fragrance for the formal situation as well. And the other option will be very underrated Ahmed Maghribi Black Fume. But this one isn't going to be as versatile as the Asad Elixir is, because in the opening it has a very sweet and sour raspberry note, and later it transitions to a very dark smell. Both of these are very long-lasting fragrances, and I have talked about them in details. Going into the details of these fragrances will make the video very long, so if you are interested in any particular fragrance, do search that in my channel. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button, and if you are watching my video for the first time, do consider subscribing to the channel as well. And while you are there, don't forget to hit the notification bell as well. And that's it for today's video. I will meet you all in my next video. Till then, stay safe, and as always, stay honest.